Morning everyone, and welcome back to the vlog. So we're just packing up the van, getting ready to go over to Glen Shiel on the west coast, and it's an absolute beautiful day. The sun's been out since early this morning. It's going to be around about 23-24 degrees up here in Scotland, which is absolutely crazy. So but anyway, going to grab the camera gear, sleeping gear, all the food that we need, pack up the van, and let's get going. So let me give you a bit of a tour of the van. Up the front in the cab here, we've got a bench seat, which is really nice for traveling, gives you a little bit of extra room. It's all pretty basic up at the front. The only thing that's perhaps a little bit modern is we've stuck a reversing camera on, which is what the small screen is there. Just makes it a little bit easier when the van's packed up full and you can't see out the back window. But it doesn't really get much more basic than that. So inside the van, we've got a small cupboard up the front, which is really useful for coffee, maps, small books, that sort of thing. Then we've got the fridge, 12-volt fridge. You can see it's pretty well stocked, still plenty of space for the beer. Then we've got a small sink on the top, which is ideal just for sort of a bit of washing up, cleaning your teeth, that sort of thing. Double gas burner for cooking. Underneath here we've got water tanks. There's two 10-litre bottles that will keep us going for a few days, but we tend not to sort of fill them up just before we go camping because just extra weight, and if you're at a campsite you can fill those up pretty easily. Some nice storage for cups, cutlery drawer, don't even show you inside there, and then underneath that we've got a cupboard which is great for pans, pots and food. So in the back here we've got a nice chest cupboard which you can pretty much fit things that just don't fit anywhere else in there. We've got the washing up bowl, some of the cups and saucers and plates and bowls and things, just pretty much anything that doesn't fit anywhere else in there. That's the control panel which monitors the leisure battery, the van battery, and controls the 12-volt for the fridge and for the lights. This is a rock and roll bed which just pulls up and pulls out, quite small but cozy. And underneath there, when we've got a diesel heater, leisure battery, all the electrics. And then there's a wee cupboard in the back there, which is useful for putting coats and waterproof clothes in, and a small unit up the top here, which we tend to just keep sort of towels and wash things and things, so it makes it really handy for getting them out. But that's it, small, basic, but all you need.
Another night and I'm just walking, city lights and people talking. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I wonder if you got that feeling, staring at your bedroom ceiling. I think about me the way I think about you. Could you tell me? Should I let you?
Now I'm really excited about this trip because I have with me a FUJI GFX 100 tube that has very kindly been lent to me by the guys at Fuji for a few weeks to try out. And so I've left the Nikon behind. Not the best time to sort of do a bit of a demo between the two cameras and comparison. I'll do that in another episode. So I've just got the Fuji system with me with a couple of lenses, and I'm really looking forward to using that camera. We already film with a Fuji X-T3, so used to the sort of camera settings and menu settings. But there's been so much hype on the internet recently about whether medium format cameras are worth it for landscape photographers. Do we need 100 megapixels? Nobody ever uses that amount. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to hands-on experience. If you don't try these things out, if you don't take a look yourself, then you never really know. So I'm really looking forward to getting out and using that camera and then having a look at some of the images that it produces. Now, one of the things that I've seen quite a lot over the last couple of years is photographers changing their current camera systems, jumping over to the Fuji, and then having problems with lenses. They're not very well known for their sort of diversity in their lens range, and I know that a lot of photographers find that quite frustrating, especially if you're going from a system like the Nikon, which are really spoilt for choice. So all of these things you have to take into consideration.
Yeah, I gotta know, yeah, I gotta know if I'm gonna be yours, so don't you keep me waiting. Yeah, I have to know, yeah, I
So it's a crazy 22 degrees today. I think we've got a couple of days of like sort of up in the 20s, and in this old van, this is basically air conditioning. You want more air, you point it at your face, and then when you've cooled down a little bit, you point it away, which is great as long as you haven't got any small little insects flying past or anything like that going by your window. I mean, it works okay, but it's not luxury.
These four walls get so depressing. Me and my second guessing, reading every text you sent just one more time.
So we've pulled off the road just at the top of Glen Shiel. I seem to remember just around here somewhere is a really nice sort of waterfall. There's an old stone bridge. Usually we shoot past it and miss it. So I'm hoping that this will take us down. The road's just to the left here and I'm just following down along the river. So I'm just hoping around that corner is an old stone bridge, but we'll see.
Quiet when we both are sober, but 2 drinks in and we start all over again. And it feels so right. So just tell me.
So this looks promising. I found the bridge. I think there's a path that goes off round to the right here. So onwards and downwards.
Don't you keep me waiting. Yeah, I have to know, yeah, I have to know if you wanna be mine, 'cause this is so frustrating. Tell me now, don't keep me waiting. Hey,
So I've come to a bit of a standstill here. Unfortunately, we've arrived right at the top of the falls, but there isn't another way down. And it doesn't look very easy along the rocks to get down to the bottom there. So I think it's going to be back along the path, head round down a little bit further and see if I can drop below the falls. Waterfalls are great, but not from the top. You want to see them from the bottom.
I think I might just lose my mind 'cause of you. Yeah, I gotta know, yeah, I gotta know if I'm gonna be yours or don't you keep me waiting. Yeah, I have to know, yeah, I have to know if you wanna be mine, 'cause this is so frustrating.
Well, the Highlands never fails to deliver when it comes to water. I found my waterfall, absolutely beautiful. You won't believe that we've had so much dry weather just recently. I mean, it's been a scorching 23 degrees today, a bit cooler here. Look at that though, absolutely stunning. Found my waterfall. I've driven up a few times and seen it, but not actually got to it. And it looks like there's some really interesting spots, some lower down, some real nice little rock formations. So I'm really looking forward to just sort of getting down in there and just getting some real nice intimate shots, I think. Okay, so Fuji, if anybody from Fuji's watching now, close your eyes, you're not gonna like this. I'm heading out onto the rock, sat above the waterfall, looking back at the falls behind with some beautiful rocks. I've put on my Maven circuit polarizer already, set up the camera already, so that I'm just basically, I've got everything I need. I'm gonna get out onto that rock, look back. There's some beautiful rocks in the foreground. I'm not going to show you anything on the back of the camera. I'm just going to get out there and take the shot. It's always the way when you're photographing waterfalls. There's never an easy position to get into, but it is absolutely stunning. And there's a nice breeze coming through here now. Anyway, good luck, little camera. Okay, so I think I've just found a better location further down where I'm not quite so nervous about the camera. It's funny when you're using a different system, you know, your hands are going to places that sort of automatically that aren't there, and I'm going to adjust the aperture or the shutter, and you know, they're in different places, as well as being balanced on a rock trying to shoot the waterfall. So this is a little bit easier. Still not the best of places, but it's just sort of simple things like, you know, finding the histogram, and on this camera, the aperture settings on the actual lens itself, which is great, but again, it's getting used to it. It's funny how when you're fighting with your own gear, you're not carefree, but you don't tend to sort of think it's all just the process. You're not thinking about so much about your gear, probably as much as you should be. Anyway, let me get this shot. I've got a nice rock in the foreground here with the falls twisting around, some nice water cascading around to my right. I'll see if I can show you what I'm looking at in the back of the camera. So you can see I've just got this nice rock in the foreground here with the water curving around it, and then these falls coming up behind. I think I could probably find a better shot further around, but I am going to be really careful with the camera here. So, but I think that's really nice. I like the trees at the backdrop there. And I'm really interested to see when I go back and process this, how much detail I get back in those shadows, because it's quite light on the falls, but there's a lot of sort of dark areas. So I'm looking forward to getting that back, processing it and just comparing it. But it's a lovely shot. I'm not sure, I've only got, this is a 32 to 64 lens. I'll put in the bottom what the equivalent of that is in full frame, but it's not a very wide angle lens. So, interesting to see. I am focus stacking just to be on the safe side. Anyway, here's the shot on the Fuji. So it's definitely nice to get a few shots in on our first day of the travels. Very nervous with the Fuji, balanced out on the rocks there. Looking forward to perhaps being in some nice woodland or up in the mountains, getting some nice relaxing shots, but that was good. It's a great start. I'm gonna head down to the campsite now, make something to eat, get a drinks, set up the camper van and settle in for the evening, I think. Well, what a great way to end the day, finishing off with some bacon and mushrooms and a bit of salad. And I'm really looking forward to crashing down in the camper van. It's been a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the vlog. Don't forget, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and look forward to seeing some more adventures in Glen Shiel next episode. Thanks for watching.